Look what I bought. A Centurion. It's a van truck. It's a VUC. So not only did I buy the Centurion, I bought this ambulance also. It's kind of like an impulse buy whenever you're shopping at the store and then there's like the Twix bars and stuff out when you're checking out. It's the same thing. You know, you buy one Centurion, before you know it, you got an ambulance too. This baby is it's a van and a truck. I don't know if I mentioned that. It's Cinnamon and Bill were the previous owners. It's quite nice, actually. Really? That's the doghouse back there.
For fish.
So, the thing is, I bought a property in New Mexico. And we need a truck for this property because it's a foreclosure. It's going to need renovated. We're going to need a truck to haul stuff with. This is technically a truck because of that. Truck. Huh? What do you think?
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I know. Under the hood, we got a 6.9 IDI diesel, which is something I don't know anything about. And that one's got a 7.3 in it. That one has a bad transmission. This one supposedly drives. I didn't drive it before I bought it.
We just got excited.
Again. I could tell it's going to need, like, basic stuff. But anyway, we got to drive this home, and then this guy, part of the deal was he would deliver the ambulance to me tomorrow. So, at least I got something out of it. How much of the roof you think is going to be left? Not much.
34%.
That's how much is there currently. How much will be
30% of that.
Well, follow me.
All right.
Guess you'll follow me in the Mustang. Yes. God. Okay, I don't know anything about this. Let's hit the road. Brakes are decent-ish. Oh God, there's water pouring out of the roof. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, let's see what I bought. That's all the wood. I don't know, how high can you rev an IDI? This thing must have a hell of a gear. It is 55 miles an hour, 2,800 RPM. I don't know if that's a lot, is that bad, is that good? I have no idea. I gotta fill both these tanks, I don't know which one it's running on. But that was 10 miles. And I mean, I don't know, because I don't know what I'm talking about, but dude, it seemed pretty good. Yes! You got a fuel gauge? Yes! Yes! Centurion! Radio doesn't work, CV doesn't work, the headlights don't work. We got some wiring issues to sort, that's for sure. Also, what is that noise? Exhaust? I don't know. I think we really just got a bunch of BS stuff to take care of. I think we check out the brakes, you know, just give her a little once over. I don't know, doll up the interior, make this thing livable, and I didn't think I was really going to like this thing as much as I do. Look how cool it is. Made it home. I have returned with the Centurion. It barely fits in here. Like, it's a pretty big truck. I'm gonna have to roll it back so I can work on it, I think. But I did notice something. Remember that rattly noise I heard while we were driving it? Look at that. I was just checking the belts, and it's the water pump doing that. So, fun times, we get to put a water pump on this. I could probably got to pull this radiator to do it, don't I? It's either the fan clutch or the water pump, but I think it's the water pump because it's moving the whole pulley. Start by trying to get the doghouse out of our way. to let us access a lot of it. Oh, wow. Tight fit. I think something's unplugged back here. I don't know what that's for. Modulator valve for the transmission. Dangling loose. Is it hooked up? Yes. So somebody's been here doing things. And I did notice that there was a old box of fuel injection repair stuff back here, and it looks like some of it's been used and some of it hasn't. I'm not really sure, but what I don't see anything leaking, and I think that's what we want to look for, right? We want to look for leaky diesel fuel up on the intake, either on the returns, which that has definitely been replaced somewhat recently. Air filter over here. Oh yeah, that needs addressed for sure. Don't really know what else I'm looking at. It doesn't look bad. And if it doesn't look bad, I'm gonna leave it the hell alone. I know it does need belts really badly, and I definitely got to put a couple of batteries in it. I'm just going to use what knowledge I have of basic mechanics to try to make this thing drive 1,000 miles. Well, step one is probably drain it, right? Some fresh antifreeze couldn't hurt. These things hold a lot of coolant, don't they? Let's get these batteries out of the way so I can theoretically get to the 4 bolts that hold the radiator in. That coolant doesn't look the best. Also, we definitely need a couple of battery cable ends. They're pretty chewed up. Well, we may as well put some new hoses on it, although that one looks fine. Where the hell is the thermostat on this thing? Oh, it's way the hell down in there, isn't it? Oh, I'm gonna hate this thing by the end of this, aren't I? Gotta say, this is probably one of the worst jobs I've ever done. You can't get to the lower 2 bolts of this radiator. Hardly at all. I don't know how you do this side. I mean, it's up in there. This is crazy. There's no room for anything. About a quarter of a turn at a time, I will get this out. And then we'll get some industrial zip ties to reattach it. Oh, God. It's a big radiator. Oh. I'm gonna have to take the hood off. Well, that gives us more room. Is this supposed to be this heavy? I'm serious. It weighs a lot. I literally cannot move this. Are these eyelets on the side so that you can hoist it out of here? Is that actually what you have to do? This seems a little excessive. I'm either about to break something or this is actually what you have to do. Good God. Oh, that's ridiculous. Well, I think we got away without too much damage. I did kind of bang up the lower neck there, but I think it's alright otherwise. We'll flush it while it's out. Although, I ain't carrying that anywhere. Holy crap. Well, we got some room now, though. I don't think the water pump will be too tough. Maybe it could have been done. You know, you may have been able to do that with it in there, but it sure would suck. I just realized that this is a viscous clutch, so it has that big nut on it. Maybe it's just the fan is loose. No, it wouldn't move the whole pulley then, would it? Okay, I didn't realize that I needed to buy a big wrench for this. I'm not going to do that. If I can break this free with the big pliers. You got a hold of that?
Yep.
Nope. You just slip off?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting the air hammer. God, these are stupid. I should probably order a new fan clutch, huh?
Yeah, probably.
Stupid! It's still usable, but I don't know. Maybe they're cheap. God knows I don't want to do this again, so maybe now's the time. I want to get all the belts off of here. We're going to do all the hoses. We're going to do everything we can do while it's accessible. Except for maybe the fuel pump, because I did buy a new one, but frankly, I trust the old one that's working more, so maybe that's an error, but it might be doable with everything installed. It would be easier right now, but we'll let that bite us in the ass later. It's cool that there's a million bolts on it, and they're all different lengths. I love that. That's so cool.
It doesn't look horrible through that side.
No, it's clean, but see that?
Yeah.
I may not know anything about diesels, but I am usually pretty good at diagnosing things. I'm going to take the thermostat housing off over here while we can get to it. Now, guys, 90% of why this is a bitch is because it's in a van.
Yeah.
If it was in a truck, I think it'd be pretty easy, but since we're in a van, see, it's always going to be miserable. I'm trying to clean off the water pump surface. I got the thermostat outlet off, and looks like the thermostat is stuck open, actually. Or, yeah. Well, no, it isn't. It's like partially stuck. We'll change it. You can't get a gasket for that, so we'll have to glue our new one on or make a gasket, whichever I feel like doing. With the thermostat off of it, I say we give her a good garden hose flush.
Okay.
Once you get done cleaning that, and run that wire wheel over the thermostat area too. Coming out clean.
No leaks?
I don't think so.
Cool.
Yep. I don't see any like bricks or boulders falling out of there. So.
No.
Maybe it's not too bad, but this is always a good idea. Plus, we pour new coolant in, we'll be starting fresh.
Yeah.
Since I can't get a gasket for this thermostat housing, I'll just glue it on with Right Stuff. I would love to show you what I'm doing, but unfortunately, it's a van. So, I can't. There's just no room in here. So you guys will just have to bear with me for a second. I'm gonna try to fumble my way through this. About to hang this water pump on. I figure I'll throw my phone up here and watch my new Pepperbox exclusive things I can't put on YouTube. Will be on Pepperbox. It's $8 a month, and it's well worth it if you ask me. I'll just set this up here and watch my Pepperbox exclusive, and you can watch it too if you go to Pepperbox TV and check it out. It's pretty good. I think I got them all where they go. The top two and bottom two bolts go into the timing cover. You need to put a little RTV on there, otherwise oil could get into the coolant system. Gotta get the heater nipple out of here. So we get this installed, then I can start putting the whole mess back together. I really hope I can put all that back together. I'm not very good. Like jigsaw puzzles and stuff, well beyond me. So I just figured out where everything goes. I got the AC compressor back mounted up. I just realized that you can't get to the fuel filter. Yeah, you can't get to it from the back side, and you can't hardly get to it. No, you got to have the AC compressor out of the way to do the fuel filter. There. I don't got to pull it all the way off, just move it to the side. So that's not as bad as it could have been. Okay, so this oil filter wrench won't work. Maybe big pliers are the answer. Yes, big pliers are the answer. Almost enough room to get that out of there. There. Well, it doesn't look that bad. I don't know what I'm looking for though. I'm just guessing, but I'm assuming you're probably supposed to pre-fill the new filter, because diesels really don't like air in the system. I know that much. I'm going to dump this out, but I'm actually not going to use that. There's quite a bit floating around in there. A lot of little specks. So let me get some fresh. There we go. Look at me, I'm practically a diesel mechanic. I think I got everything back where it goes. And I'm not even short any bolts. Kind of proud of myself. One thing I can really appreciate, when there's really not a lot to appreciate here, is the fact that they let you put a breaker bar on every one of these brackets to get the belts tight. I just realized somebody's changed the power steering pump and it has the wrong pulley on it. There's a 3/8 pulley. It's supposed to have a 7/16. I mean, I think we could probably get away with it, but I don't guess they would have been kind enough to leave it in here. Fire extinguisher. But I'm not seeing a lot of anything. Naturally, I had a bunch of pulleys back there, but we just got done clearing out my hoard of stuff. And I'm not done in here, obviously, but I probably don't have one. Nothing I have would have a 7/16 pulley. Well, I think I'm just going to run it. I got one coming in 2 days. We'll pick up an extra belt and we can bring a new pulley with us and hope for the best. I mean, you got to figure, it was probably running this for quite a while, and I mean, it didn't really, I don't know, it didn't really seem to hurt it, so what the hell. I don't know how good of an idea this is, but I think it might be easier to put the radiator in before I put the fan in. I just noticed that the lower 2 bolt holes are actually slotted. Let me throw those bolts in, then we slide the radiator down on top. I got it. Well, it's installed anyway. I'm gonna be able to put the bolts in after all. Lucky Centurion. Maybe we slip the shroud in. Yeah, there we go. We get the shroud positioned. Yeah. And I can fit a fan through there. Okay, alright, it's doable. Since I got it out anyway, I should probably throw a new fan clutch on this thing. This fan clutch is not cheap. Go to polebarnmerch.com, please. I mean, I don't know if there's anything wrong with this one, but I did chew it up pretty good with the air hammer, and it does have just a little play in it, and maybe that's what killed the water pump. Who knows? I don't want to do it again. So, here we go. Put a little bit of Loctite on the threads of that fan clutch because that is good, right? Maybe. I got it as tight as I could with the big pliers, and then I drove it on the rest of the way with the air hammer. I guess it's fine. I was a little more gentle this time, so it'll be okay, I think. I don't know. Got the radiator hoses on. I gotta change the transmission lines while I'm here. I'm gonna drain the oil, change the filter, and I need to go buy a bunch of coolant because it holds like 8 gallons. This thing holds like 600 gallons of oil or something like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that draining. Here she goes. It's very clean, actually. I could see through it. I don't think it's very old oil. Shit. What a mess. A new oil filter, not as big, but it'll do. Let's fill up this cooling system. I'm going to put 2 of these hyper cool things in here. I actually have noticed pretty good results with them keeping engine temps lower. I figure it can't hurt considering this thing's going to live in the desert for the rest of its days. I've heard good things about this Hot Shot Secret stuff. It says it gives you 5% extra horsepower, and this needs all the help it can get. So I don't know how that works.
I don't know how that works either, but you know.
It's magic, probably. We'll pour this in. So we'll just be using Rotella 1540 diesel oil because it's a diesel, and it's okay for a diesel. But this is good for diesel. It doesn't rev over 3,000 RPM. 2.5 gallons. And I've also heard really good stuff about their fuel treatment here. It's supposed to clean the injectors and stuff, and I've heard it actually works. I reached out to Hot Shot Secret to see if they would sponsor this, but I'm not very good at YouTube, so they never replied. So I just bought it myself. I don't know how to get sponsorships. Okay, that was too much. Perfect. Well, we're about ready to fire it up and burp the cooling system, see if we've done any good, but It does need a few battery terminal ends. This one's broken. That one's nasty. We'll clean and reuse this one. And yeah, this one could be salvaged too, maybe. These are suboptimal, but they'll get the job done for a while.
Oil, but... Oh, you ran over the...
Not again. God dang it.
Oh.
Pull up.
Yeah, pull up. Did it again.
God dang it. Oh no. Me and Vans, I swear to God. Okay.
Again.
It runs better.
Yep.
Quieter too. That was rattling a lot. I don't see no leaks, do you? Alright, so we need some transmission fluid. This was unplugged, and whatever the hell that is, apparently what makes it idle high.
That's a lot better now.
Yeah, it's fine now. No coolant leaks yet. And it's staying nice and cool. Pretty normal. Everything seems fine. Well, it runs great. I'd say it runs better even.
Yeah.
It cools. I mean, it cooled before, but it's not as noisy now. Everything seems to be working fine, except for it is very low on transmission fluid, at least 2 or 3 quarts. And we're trying to figure out how the hell you put transmission fluid in this. You can't get a funnel on it.
It's all the way back there.
Uh-huh. Now we just have to get something to put into there.
Into there?
This 1/4 inch hose.
That's all that fits inside this.
Okay. We'll be here a while. One splash at a time. She pulled out of here full of transmission fluid now. It's maybe 2 quarts low, not too bad. Clean up this mess. And the mess you made.
Yeah, of course. Made it.
Always, constantly. With the engine, transmission, and all that seemingly good to go, we should dive into the front end of the truck. So I got it up in the air now, and the brakes work pretty good in this thing. We should see if it's full of fluid and just inspect everything, but see how free spinning that is. And likewise here, I really don't think there's any reason to like change hoses or calipers. They look old, but they're still flexible. I think it probably is okay. If the brake hoses were collapsing or the calipers were sticky, the wheels wouldn't roll that good, right? Since they free spin, that tells me that the caliper is able to retract. And that's the number one issue you run into, is the caliper can't retract and it stays stuck on partially. Oh hell, it looks really nice in here. These pads look like brand new. They got tons of meat on them. Rotors on both sides look like brand new. Looks like it's got newer shocks on it. Looks like somebody's put some trailing rod bushings in it, or whatever you call these, on the twin I-beam front end. Maybe we should check the bearings just to be sure, but I bet they're okay. Both reservoirs are full. Doesn't look the best, but they are full, and that means it must not be leaking. Yeah, that grease doesn't look very new. We should at least do bearings. This caliper looks like standard Ford stuff. just massively enlarged. It's a floating pin style thing. Just like you'd find on an LTD or a Thunderbird or anything like that. Drive that pin out of there. Okay, there's the bearing. Oh shit. Where'd it go? Let's set our caliper up on a jack stand. Try to keep tension off of the hose. Oh, pull this big old monster off. That rotor looks excellent. I'm going to start the nut on the spindle there so I can pull this inner bearing easy. Nope, not quite. There it goes. Nice little trick if you didn't know that. My buddy Jim taught me that. So taking a peek at these is a good idea. I'm looking to see if they're out of round or anything like that. And this inner one is a little bit out of round. It's not bad. It could be ran, but I'm pretty sure I picked up some new ones for it. So let me clean this up. I say we just throw new bearings in it, new wheel seal, and then we don't got to worry about it, right? Put a new wheel seal in there. Hose that off. Make sure there's no grease on the rotor. Good enough. Oh, we're going to hoist this thing up here. God. Back it off. And should be about right. With bearings done, I feel reasonably good about this thing. I'm just going to give her a little lube job and we'll send it. That didn't take any grease at all. I just don't think this thing's been out of service for too long. Maybe a few years, but nothing too bad. Let's see here. Feels fine. Feels fine. Feels fine. Shot a little grease in every one of them. And I filled up this coupler with grease. I think we're good. Everything feels very tight now. That's normal amount of movement for a carrier bearing. It's nothing to worry about. Well, I didn't see anything alarming under there. I didn't see any leaks on the rear end. I don't plan on touching anything back there. So with that, I think we can get on to the fun stuff. I think it's pretty obvious that we probably need a seat. Or something. I'm not sure what has happened here. So we may run to the junkyard and try to find a couple of seats, because even that one's pretty scroungy. We need to make this thing a little more livable inside as well. I'm sure we could do something about it. And it leaks really bad. Right where this tape is. There's the seam where Centurion molded this thing onto a box truck, basically. And that leaks horrible. It runs into here, down, and then pours out of those cracks. But before we do anything like that, I did just get these in the mail. My dually wheel simulators. It's a must-have, I'm pretty sure. We put this thing on, then we put this thing on in the middle to hold the center cap. And boom, instant trucker. And we got new rubber for the front, some mile stars. Now, I did, sort of by accident, buy a 950 16.5 for the front rather than the 875 16.5s that are on the rear. So it's a little taller and a little wider. The width will probably help it drive better, but hopefully it just doesn't look goofy. Shine her up a little. Just like that. Oh yeah. Look at that. Roll-on 18-wheeler. That looks really good. Huge improvement for really cheap. Let's go to the junkyard. Yes. Pick and pull. Let's see what we can find. Trucks and vans are back here. This is an old Armco steel building. And about half of our pick and pull is inside, about half is outside. Ooh, there's a Ford Econoline. Oh.
No.
Somebody ate that one.
Oh no.
Dang it. Oh no. It's got the houndstooth seats. Oh, that one's eaten. That's exactly what we need too. That is.
That's not bad.
That's different. That's a jumper seat.
Oh. Yeah, they're bad. That's
Those are
bad.
pretty rag too.
It's pretty bad.
Damn. Pick and pull number 2.
On this side is just fine, but this one's like perfect.
Dang.
Yeah.
Those would do. They got they got tracks that might bolt to what we got. That's a solid maybe. Let's remember this.
Somebody was saying they'd watch it if you made ice cream, so I mean, here we go.
This one's really nice. That one not so much. This Dodge conversion van, or whatever it is, big van, the van, has really, really nice seats in it actually.
But they still smell like patchouli.
These are winners, and I could take the whole pedestal and everything just in case, and they ain't gonna charge me no extra because it's part of the seat. Also, we found a cup holder for the Tahoe. Marijuana. Marijuana. There's like $5 in here, by the way.
Oh.
Oh, it's all glued
Ew.
down.
Not
I found a
worth it.
quarter in it already. What's this?
Oh, nice.
It's a penny.
Aha, we're rich.
When I was a kid, I used to come up here and scavenge for parts so I could resell them. But, you know, it used to be $1 to get in, and I would always make my $1 back every time. But a lot of times, there's a good taco place right up the road. So I could come in here, find enough pocket change that I could go eat lunch and get my parts and get in for free. If you dig around in ashtrays in a junkyard, you'll make a couple of bucks. Have one of these.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, let's get out of here. And we haven't had cup holders in this thing ever. Now we do. We need this for the interior.
Oh, God.
Welcome from the future, brought to you by AG1. Been taking AG1 for years. Really good stuff. You've heard me talk about it a lot. It's good for your gut health. I mean, it just helps keep you regular, and I am a huge fan of this product. You guys have heard it all by now, except for this. AG1 now has AG Omega. These are Omega 3s. It's fish oil, and Americans don't eat enough fish, so they don't get enough omega-3s. I remember my grandparents taking fish oil supplements. The difference here is that this AG Omega is super high quality, and in addition to your AG1 that you take every day, let me tell you, it's really going to make a difference. Probably my favorite thing about it is, unlike Grandma and Grandpa's fish oil pills, when you would open the bottle, like every cat in the house would run towards it because it smells like fish. These, they don't smell like fish at all. It doesn't leave that nasty, fishy taste in your mouth. If you have been on the fence about trying AG1, I think now is actually the best time for you to try it. Because for a limited time, if you use my link down in the description, you're going to get AG1 and omega-3s for free. Head to that link down there, scan this code. Thanks to AG1 for sponsoring today's video. Let's return to the past momentarily, and we'll catch up with you in the future later. Well, we're back home with our seats and plastic to do things on the inside with, and my buddy Zane had actually dropped off a full set of 16-inch instead of 16.5 tires. They're like brand new. I mean, they're a few years old, but they're a lot newer than what's on here. These are 2019 date coated, and they're Coopers. I'm gonna throw those on the back. Oh, we can't use them. These need that centering plate. These have tapers in and out to lock the wheels together. These are just flat. Huh. Well, unfortunately, this just isn't going to work, is it? Damn. Back to plan A. Let's get on the interior. Wait a minute. No. Plan C, because I just realized we're not going to have a spare tire, because those won't work on the truck, because the hubs are too small. Okay, I'm going to order 4 brand new tires to the local tire shop, And if I got all new rubber, I won't worry about it too much. Yeah, that's the move. That's the move. Well, let me put it on jack stands, get the wheels off. Well, let's pop the seats out of this thing. And these are mounted on pedestals, so we're just going to unbolt the tracks to try to keep our captain seating. You need me to wrestle that?
Just a swipe, tight squeeze.
Mm-hmm. Treasures. Roadside kit. Safety triangles. 4x4 block.
Not good fire extinguisher?
Not charged.
No.
Yep. We'll shoot it. On pepper bucks. The stacks. Get the stacks out. Let's see if we can make those work. Yeah, let's just install these. There. Done.
Cool.
What do you think?
That's pretty good there.
I don't actually want to hook them up because the exhaust is brand new on this, and I'm somebody who's not really into it, but I wouldn't mind posing as it, and I believe that poses quite well.
Yes.
Some goodies. Go install this.
Okay. Done.
Yeah, this thing's in better shape than most of the crap I get. Like crap, literally.
Mm-hmm.
There's less of it. Get a quick vacuum, and I mean, it's not the best, but I could live with it. You really don't even stink.
No, not at all.
See if we can't get some of the stains up. I think it's working, actually.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of the idiots put that turbo setup right here, and it stained it. It's not like moldy or poopy or anything, it's just oil. This little shag carpet's really coming around, actually. Let's get our newly junkyard acquired Dodge seats. I can already tell the spacing of the tracks is going to be way wrong. However, they've got holes here in the seat frame that look suspiciously correct. We'll pull these pedestals off and see if, I don't know, I'm sure we can make this work and keep our captain chair. Here we are. These tracks won't work at all. The spacing's wrong on the studs. So we're going to take the tracks off of the old seats. The track is way narrower. So if we just move it onto the new seat, in the middle of it, drill a couple of holes and bolt it on. So we can use these tracks if we drill some holes in the middle of this seat to mount it here 8 inches apart from each other. So just these holes are 9 inches apart, so 1 inch up from those holes should be 8 inches, right? No, wrong. Half of an inch each. My precise calculations are correct. It should be right here. Yeah, that might work.
Yeah, that'll work.
It's not even like that ghetto. Well, I kind of screwed off yesterday. I gotta finish the seats yet. I'm gonna send her after some paint.
Okay.
Yeah.
My sample for color matching.
So we're just gonna rip off all the old fabric and then paint it and then put something up here.
This is nice.
It's not bad in here.
Fish is gonna love this.
Yeah, that cleaned
This
up
feels
excellent.
just like his bed.
Test fit. Let's see how far off I am. Not bad at all, actually. There. Holy cow. Hey, that fits really good. Oh, it's comfy. This is good. This is perfect, actually. All right. I gotta tighten all of this and make sure it's all tight. Bolt this down and we'll throw the other seat in. I don't know how the hell the freaking seat belts are supposed to work in this. I mean, I guess you just buckle up to that. Obviously, it can't be on the same side, like this side. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And if you swivel it, it goes on the front. I mean, I guess, but it really should be back here. This one's about the same. I need just about an extra 3/4 of an inch to sit properly. And here's a little trick for you. So you stack washers up, right? You're trying to put them on a stud, and they keep falling off as you're trying to put them on your seat. Oh, by the way, don't do this. But if you take a little masking tape, wrap it around the stack of washers, and then make sure you pinch it over on top like this. The masking tape will hold the washers together and hold it on the stud for you to install it. Captain's chairs installed. Fish installed.
The captain.
Yes.
He's like, yep, this'll do.
While you get that ready for paint, I'm going to throw a couple of headlights in it because they don't work, but everything else works. And I got to looking at these headlights, and that one's burnt out, and this one's full of water, so maybe it's as simple as just throwing a couple of bulbs in. Oh. I spy a wood screw being used to hold this headlight in. I see a man of culture owned this before. Ooh. That was barely plugged in. Nothing. Great. Gonna make me actually work for it, huh? You son of a bitch. There we go. Just a bad connection. Alright, well, we got headlights now. Jess has ripped down all the fabric. And I'm starting to rip off the outside fabric. Including, I gotta remove these cab lights because they're barely attached, so we gotta get those attached better. Gotta get all the vinyl off, then we can fix the leaks of the roof and recoat this with something. This is why it leaks. Fools, they riveted it to the cab and chassis side instead of using self-tappers like a man of sophistication. Idiots, really. So if you self-tap this down, it probably would hold. But as it is, there's about a finger gap. It's not great. The good thing is, it seems to support my weight, which is nice. And pretty good rust over here. Oh, that's not good. Oh, shit. Oh my god, I bet there's another one over here. There is. Oh, this whole... it's gone. Oh no. So, the good thing is, the truck's like 10 feet tall, so nobody will ever see the butchery we do up here, right? Unless they're Andre the Giant. But he's probably not into him anyway. Alright, well, I'm going to just keep ripping off all the vinyl and clean it off, and then we'll come up with a course of license plates. I mean, action. It's completely disintegrated. Oh, there's another one. There we go. I'm going to end up making the whole roof out of license plates. I guess. This is worse than I'm used to, and that's saying a lot. Now we're going to cut this plastic out and put it up on the headliner. I might drop this on your head.
That's alright. It's not too heavy. It's really awkward though, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Here,
yes. Okay, yes.
Laid down in this bed.
There we go, there we go. Just gotta trim around some of these pesky wires over here. Little notch, it'll be good. It doesn't cut the best with scissors. Oh, here we go. That's the move right here. Does she hang?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Put a couple more up here, some in the back.
Yeah.
And that's actually pretty good. I like that. You know, you could almost forget about what's under that. Above that, actually. I've been taking a razor blade and going around every window and It's very moist in here. Like algae moist. It's terrific. Let's cover the whole thing in this, said Centurion. Oh, what an awful, awful thing. What kind of awful color have you acquired?
It's not bad at all.
No, it's better than it looked like on the can.
Yeah.
Our local hardware store had exterior paint on sale. So everything is getting painted with that.
We got a whole gallon for $10.
Damn right.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
No, that's actually fine. I was really hoping it'd be awful.
Painting over everything.
I'm gonna just keep ignoring this. And look at this, though. Look at how good this cleans up. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna vacuum the roof off. It's time for everybody's favorite game. How many self-tappers will it take to make this thing a roof again? Yeah, she'll be all fixed up soon. Well, there wasn't much under that one. As you can see, I have carefully sculpted this corner to look just like the original. You'd never know. I have had an epiphany. Plastic doesn't rust, and I have a lot of it. That will fix the rest of this. Something like about over to here and down like that. Yes, precision. That's what we're all about here. Yeah. See, it's slightly improved. There's less rain inside now. Even my half-ass jobs are usually better than this, but the fact is, I just don't care. I really don't. If it keeps the water out, I'm happy. You'll see, it'll look good. What we want out of it basically is low to medium flying aircraft need to look at it and be like, yeah, that looks okay. That's what we want. It's totally secured except for this corner. And if my genius is correct, I should be able to heat it and just kind of bend it right down. God damn it. God! Okay. It didn't really work, so I'm going to just put a relief cut in it. Oh, perfection. This, not so much, but there's nothing underneath it, so... duct tape. Shit. You might know what I'm screwing into is the previous repair. Fiberglass matting and resin, which is held up pretty good, actually. And if I cared, that's what I would do. But I don't. I don't even care that much. Maybe I should have done metal. Oh, no, never mind. Never mind. I am actually the smartest person alive. Almost doubted myself for a second there. I think if I hold this here, right, I get this screwed on down here, and it holds, because there's actually some metal here to hit. Well, I mean... Oh. Well, you see, there used to be metal here. Yes, the sill plate should work marvelously. Oh, boy, it's just looking good up here, you know? I mean, you know, a little wax. Repaired. I think. Oh yeah, except for all these holes over here. There we are. It's what I like to call automatic self-tappering. Just apply the metal and adhere it all at the same time. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Tape the seams. She'll be good. Don't clean it before you try to put the tape down. That would be silly. This plastic makes me very itchy. Is that good? Those ignorant fools at Centurion used rivets to hold the roof on. As you can see, they've failed. The self-tapper will save the day. There's no metal under that. See that? That looks just like Centurion there. Yep. Only the finest. We got some truck bed liner. Not for the truck's bed, but for the roof. Oh yeah. Will it stick to plastic? I have no idea. You can actually legitimately make this stuff look like a vinyl top, especially like back here where I laid it on real heavy, like 3 coats. Mm-hmm. It looks like a vinyl top. And this particular Duplicolor one, it's their cheaper one. It does the best for texture. This one and the Harbor Freight brand that they used to carry, but I don't know if they make that anymore. And I've had it out in the sun for years, and it holds up just fine. So this is pretty good. And it's paintable. I have a bunch of navy blue left over from that dually Chevy we did up in Wyoming. This seems like a good use for it. That worked like surprisingly well. Looks like a blue vinyl top if you're 5 feet away. And it doesn't even look that bad up close. I mean, I would do this for real on a car. Like, actually do it with actual paint and care. So this is what when I half-ass things like this, it's all about learning something. And I did learn something here. I learned I can do that. And if I put just like 10% effort into it, it's going to look decent. I put 0% effort into this, and it looks like ass, but, well, it kind of always did. Oh, you decorated.
I decorated.
The inside of this thing is way nicer than the outside. I'm going to put the cab lights back on in the hope that they might, I don't know, distract from some of this. They probably won't, but whatever. That's going to help a lot. Now, they're not going to work because, well, they don't ground to plastic terribly well. And also, I didn't put any holes in it for the wires because I don't care. These were laying in the back of it. I figure they got to be installed. By using this plumber's strap and then bolting them into the corners of the bed like so, I actually think it'll work pretty well. So we're going to put 2 pieces of plumber's strap on here, and surely this won't leverage over and rip that off. Yeah, we just take this strap and bolt it like that. Use some fender washers and some self-tappers. It'll be alright. That worked shockingly well. I didn't see that coming. Okay, I'll do it again. That is terrific. I love it. This thing is just absurdly faux truck, and these are perfect for that. Got our new tires on the back here. A little bit beefier, a little bigger. That actually looks tough. Yeah, that was a good move. They're Firestones. I had to buy name brand, but those will last longer than the truck will, that's for sure. And with that done, man, I think we're ready to hit the road. I'm gonna load up some tools and pack everything, and we're gonna head for New Mexico to go see our new desert outpost I bought down there. Let's do it. We're almost. Oh, the speedometer quit working. Oh yeah, it never worked. That's right. Well, we're at 2,200 RPM, whatever that means. strange noise that has appeared. I thought it was, you know, like, oh no, something's wrong. No, it's the wind is being directed underneath this and blowing around in here. So it's kind of like a big whistle, actually. I just topped her off with fuel. Didn't use hardly nothing. Just make sure nothing's fallen off yet. I got a little whiff of antifreeze a little bit ago, but I don't see anything too bad. Don't seem okay yet. I think she's alright. She holding pressure? Oh yeah. If I had to guess, I think the whistle was somewhere over here in this area. Or it could be back here even. We are currently sitting at 2,800 RPM. 2,800 RPM is 57 miles an hour. That's better than before. Before it was like 3,000 RPM. So putting an 1.5 inch taller tire on the back has effectively raised our final gear ratio. So that's a good thing. That'll get us a little extra speed without taxing the engine too much. Plus it looks better. This is getting worse. I brought a roll of duct tape. We may have to employ it.
Yeah.
Holy crap, the cruise control works. That is going to be a lifesaver if it actually will do the thing. I am accelerating with the cruise control. Everybody stand back. I have accelerated. It has slowed down again. Oh, it's gone. Okay, well, that was nice while it lasted. Well, it's Monday morning. I got roll-on 18-wheeler on repeat for the next 1,200 miles. So, it's going to take a long time to get that far in this. All right, we are doing over 60 miles an hour. Over 60 miles an hour. My goodness. Why, we should get there sometime next week. Look, no leg. Cruise control's working right now. At least on the flat stretches, it seems to do okay. Do the hills with the cruise control. Well, it don't really do the hills at all, actually, but it really don't do them with the cruise control. Let's take a fuel stop, which we don't need, but maybe we ought to give her a once over. And you know, we gotta get in here with our fellow truckers. Hello, fellow semi-drivers. Yes, I've been driving rig for quite a while now. Level 27, American Truck Simulator. Yep.
And how many vehicular homicides do you have?
312. We get to go to the big truck station. These things will fill this tank up in about 3 seconds flat. Off-road diesel? Shh. I don't see nothing crazy. It looks like the oil fill neck is leaking a little bit of oil, but I don't see no diesel fuel spraying out, so those return lines must be okay for now. We went 84 miles and used 5 gallons of fuel. So what is that, about 16, 17 miles a gallon? Might try to fix this real quick. I'm not sure which one is the culprit. I'm thinking it's this. Right there, it's getting up under that. We'll use some aircraft repair tape here. Yeah. I may not fix it, but I'll change the tune of it anyhow. Alright, well, 18 miles a gallon. We got 2 tanks that work. We can make some miles in this thing. Ooh, look at that old grain truck. That's cool. Very cool. Much quieter in here now. Right. Speed! 31, 35, 44. Yes, nearing the speed limit. And 55, there we go. Behold, a new top speed record. 66 miles per hour and 3,400 RPM. Yes. It doesn't really seem to care, so whatever. Sound good. I don't know what's wrong with them. I've been attacked. Well, we figured we'd grab some lunch. We've been at it for about 4.5 hours. The truck actually rolled over 80,000 miles, 80,125. We burned through front tank, so it sits on a less than a quarter. We're running on the rear tank now, I think, I hope. Yeah, so we get some fuel and some grub and get back at it. I don't know if it's been obvious, but we've been staying off of the interstates because this thing is just not going to do 80 miles an hour and keep up with traffic. So, but the plus side of that is you get to find cool things like that Nova. And this restaurant. It could be horrible or it could be the best meal we've ever had. You just never know. Taking the dog out for a walk and I'm just taking a peek under here. Now I do smell just a hint of diesel, but I don't see anything wet. I don't think it's worth popping the doghouse off, but maybe that's something we want to check tonight when we stop. I guess let's just keep on going. It seems okay. We have 371 more miles to Amarillo, avoiding the highway, which I think we should continue to do because, I mean, come on, we're in Kansas and it looks like that. So, I mean, I really like this thing and all, but I just prefer a gasoline engine, I think, if not for anything else other than the sound. Well, that was quite the run. We sucked the rear tank down, which I'm pretty sure it is running on the rear tank. Here, let me check real quick. It's pretty cool that that works. Yeah, 'tis. Nothing to report, though. The old Centurion just keeps on Centurioning. Well, I haven't looked at this, but maybe we should now. God, I hate vans. Who engineered this and is like, yeah, that's fine. It is a little low. It's not quite down to the ad, but it is a touch low. This holds 2 gallons, so it's probably like a quarter, so. Thankfully I came prepared. we're gonna have some AMSOIL stuff for you coming soon. And we have an independent supplier of it. And he sent me a bunch of stuff. It showed up the day before we left, so I was like, might as well throw it in there. I don't know how much that is, but I bet it's enough. Perfect, done. Anyway, let's get back on the road. 240 more miles to Amarillo, where we're gonna try to stop for the night. The angle of my leg to that pedal, the pedal is that close to the doghouse. It is just killing me. The cruise control does not work very good. It's a little motion sickness inducing, but it does work. I think it'd probably be kind of hard on the transmission being on and off, but I think it could take it for just a little bit while I let my leg kind of return to a normal shape. It's very uncomfortable. I'm very impressed with this vehicle, and I like it overall, but I can't say I'd really want to drive one across the country again. Yeehaw. Texas sign full of bullet holes. Sounds about right. What do we got? We got 128 more miles to go to get to Amarillo. Seems like a good place to crash for the night. I'm not really into sleeping in this thing with two of us and a dog, so we'll get a hotel. I just don't have nothing to report. It's very slow, but it just moves that way perpetually. Fish. Heard of a lead-footed driver. How about a left-footed driver? This is fine. Totally fine. Almost to our hotel and dinner. I've noticed that this thing is running a little bit rough when you come off the highway, and I'm not sure what that's about. It doesn't seem to like that rear tank as much as the front one. I wonder if there's like a cracked line or something. But after it cools off, I want to pop the doghouse off and take a look at the return lines and just make sure nothing's leaking. We'll probably do that in the morning. But overall, I think we did pretty good today. Made it all the way to Amarillo and in one piece. We'll see you guys in the morning. It's a chilly early morning in Amarillo. I couldn't sleep, so figured I might as well check this thing out. Let me get the doghouse off of here. And let's look for any leaky fuel. Yep, it's a little wet. Now the question is it diesel or oil? If it's oil, I'm not terribly concerned. Let me pop that air cleaner off and get a better look. It don't smell like diesel. I think it's just oil. It might be that filler neck leaking. I don't see anything around those return lines or the caps. Let's fire it up and look for anything obvious. I don't know. I think if I had to guess, we should probably take the simplest answer and pick up an extra fuel filter and maybe just run on that front tank. I'm wondering if there wasn't something, you know, these things hate air, and, you know, what if there's a crack in a fuel line on that rear tank? Because when I got it, it had never ran on that. And then I run on it for about 150 miles, and suddenly we have a small problem. Let's play it safe from here out. Pull the dipstick, and we're down to the add mark. I'm not sure what that means on this, but that does kind of indicate that it's just an oil leak from like the timing cover or something, and it's blowing back. There's no fuel leak, that's for sure. Also, the lower radiator hose was dripping. I tightened up the clamp. I think that took care of it. Well, I don't know what the add mark means on this, but it's pretty damn low. That was almost a whole gallon to get it up to full. That might have been why. It was running kind of weird. It never lost oil pressure, but wow, I didn't know that's what that meant. Checking coolant, it's still nice and full, so that's kind of negligible, at least for now. I've heard of guys doing this, run a little ATF in your fuel, especially in old diesels, because the new fuel don't have any lubricity to it or something like that. I don't know how much to put in, but, well, I suppose it'll burn it either way, won't it? Of course, if they dip my tank, it's now red, isn't it? I'll keep the jug in the truck. Well, now it's time for normal people to be awake who don't have insomnia. Still smokes like a bitch. Let's go get a fuel filter and maybe a little stop leak for the oil. I bought various miracle goos. Got some oil stop leak, and this liquid moly stuff is pretty good, at least for gas engines. I've used it before. So we'll dump some of this down in there, and a little stop leak, and I did pick up a fuel filter. And some extra oil. So there's that. Go ahead and be fixed. There we go. That's healed now. There we go. And then some Blue Devil down the gullet here. That'll fix everything. For sure. There we go. See, this isn't really goo, it's just kind of liquid. There we go. There we go. So that's fixed now. It's totally rebuilt. I mean, seems to be running fine. I think all the additives I put in are doing something. It's smoking quite a bit, but running better. We have just dined at the International House of Pancakes. Not the national one, not even the regional. International. 318 miles. Come on.
It's got it.
Go on, Centurion. Close to New Mexico. You know, it's running totally fine when you're going down the road, but it's back to stumbling and acting weird. I don't know, I just gotta kind of hope that it makes it. And, I don't know. Maybe we throw a fuel filter on it if it gets worse. Well, we're in New Mexico. That's a plus. Will it run and drive to New Mexico? Yes. Will it continue doing so? We shall see. Well, it's still there. It's about all I know. Let's see how much oil we've leaked. That's full. Miracle goo. Might have worked. So that's good news.
So many bugs.
an appropriate speed for this vehicle. 19. The speedometer has healed. Amazing. I'll take all the wins I can get. Cruise control's great. On, off, on, off. There we go. It's not connected to the satellite for some reason. All that's left in the old Kenna service station. Burned down about 2 months after we were there last year. They said it was an electrical fire, but I think in that video I pointed out that the meter was air gapped. It wasn't no electrical fire. Somebody set it on fire. It's a goddamn shame. We are pretty close to where we need to be. Get some fuel here, and I think it'll be our last fuel stop. Hopefully, there is one minor concern between here and our new outpost, though, a mountain range. Well, let's help her out a little bit, maybe. More ATF in the tank. That did seem to do something. Oh yeah.
It is quite covered, huh?
That's for your main seal. That's fine. Oh, that explains where it's going, though. Yeah, we better check it just to be safe. That's fine. Maybe it's a little overfull. That's why. Just getting rid of what it don't want. You know, it is idling a lot better. I think it really likes the transmission fluid in the diesel. Is that the secret, guys? Like, seriously, I just heard that, you know, from old timers. And, you know, like old timers also say, well, don't put a battery on concrete, it'll go dead. But also, sometimes they're right. This thing is idling smooth as silk right now. Freaking. Huh. I am a diesel mechanic. You can tell we are gradually climbing out of Roswell. We got to get up to like Hondo Valley, that area. It's not super high, but you get up towards Cloudcroft, Ruidoso. I mean, it's significant. I mean, it's 8,000 feet, and a mechanical diesel hates altitude, and this mechanical diesel hates hills. So while we only have about 90 miles remaining on our journey, it is going to be by far the most difficult stretch. Losing speed, maintaining 60. All right. Oh. Our speed, our power will carry us over the hill. Yes, it's momentum, it's science. No. Oh no. Oh no, come on now. Come on. Well, you do it. I believe in you. We are losing RPMs. Still losing RPMs. Increasing throttle. Still losing RPMs. Temperature gauge is climbing. Come on now. You may rest for a moment, Centurion. We can do this part pretty good. It engine brakes really, really well. 60 speeds. 60 speeds. So far, so good. Hondo Valley isn't proving to be too much of an obstacle. It's not bad. The twisty, curvy roads are really no match for the Centurion and its sports car-like handling. This area right here is why I wanted to buy some property here. I mean, I can't afford the property here, but we were able to get property close to here, and that's almost as good. It's the areas like this that have drawn people out here forever. Nobody ever said, go east, young man. Nobody ever said that. No, they did. They said, go west. This is why. We're gonna buy something new and quiet to drive home in. Like a Buick Century. That would be... I would love a Buick Century right now. I've never spoken those words in my life. Well, we're through the worst of it. It's kind of downhill from here. But we are getting a little close to our new place, so we will catch up with you at our undisclosed outpost. Home, sweet home.
It's got trees and grass.
Yeah, there's things here. It's not that bad. Hell, we got gravel. Okay, so to this point, I've never seen this. I don't know. I just bought it. I got it pretty cheap, I think. And holy crap, what did I get myself into? We got some work to do for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But the Centurion did it. And actually, that last leg, I think it ran better than it did the whole trip. That's pretty impressive. We'll give you a little sneak peek, but you're going to have to wait till next week to see what we're doing here. Don't point the camera, but we live next to Charles Manson, for sure. Anyway, the lady mailed me the key. She mailed the key, but it wasn't there before we left. So, yeah, we're going to have to do a little B&E on it. But this is it. It's a single wide. It's on 2 acres out here in the desert. And the reason we needed to bring the old Centurion down here is because we're going to need a truck to fix this thing up a bit. We're going to need siding. We're going to need a lot. Oh, goodness. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Well, the Centurion made it here. If you want to see what we do next, make sure you watch next week's video. What is... Hell yeah.